In Baldur's Gate 3, the prologue holds some enticing secrets, and one secret you don't want to miss is snagging one of the best weapons in the game. And did you know you can also hit level 2 by the end of the prologue as well? So if you follow this guide very closely, I will help you achieve both of them goals. So without further ado, let's dive straight in. Okay, so as you begin, a dead body awaits your curiosity. Make sure you do loot this body and take the goodies it holds. After that, you want to head over to the left where there's a chest that you can open. Make sure you loot that chest, and then from there you want to head towards the south, up the ramp, and you guessed it, more treasure. Now a nice little bonus tip is if you press and hold the left alt key, it will unveil items around you, ensuring that you don't miss any more items. So once you're finished going round and you've opened this chest, you can jump back down. And if you're feeling brave, you can engage with the mysterious nursery pool. If you do choose to touch it, you do want to prepare yourself to get hurt with a bit of explosion, but don't worry too much, you can use this restoration pod to fully restore your health. From here we want to head up to north to the next little area, and from here you want to take the elevator on your left hand side and you'll encounter a body. His brain has been hijacked by an intellect devourer. Now if you're lucky enough to nail the Arcana check, and depending on your class, you might free this unfortunate soul, gaining a temporary ally. And what many players of this genre normally do is they will save the game before they have to make any decisions or come across any opportunities like this. And if it doesn't quite go their way, what they can do is reload the game. Feel free to play it however you like, that's entirely your call. We can head on north and continue through, and you'll notice that we will get ambushed in a really exciting and stylish way, courtesy of the stunning Zell. Now after that small little cutscene, we can clear the room of any enemies and we can loot those enemies. We can get ourselves some range weaponry, and we'll get access to a bow and a crossbow as well. So make sure you head on to your inventory and you do equip these if your character class feels the need to do so. From here we can continue upwards and the adventure will continue. Now in the following room you'll notice a control panel and some unconscious figures. But if we head over to the left hand side, we will find a pod, and that will contain another NPC, Shadowheart, and she will be asking for our help to free her. Now you can choose to free her or you can choose not to free her. If you do choose to free her, she will join you. If you decide not to free her, you don't have to worry too much. There is another chance later on for her to be your companion, but she won't be so nice about it this time round. Now depending on your class, freeing her does vary. There are several options that you can brute force the way to freeing her depending on your class. If you haven't got any options, don't worry too much. We have another chance of freeing her a bit later on. But from here, you want to just go across the room and you'll find a table with some really nice looking items and a locked chest as well. Now, if you're a rogue like myself, you will be able to give them the chance to lockpick this chest. If not, don't worry too much, we can come back and open it after we've got the key. Make sure you do pick everything off this table, as there are some items that will probably come into use later on, so be sure to pick everything up as best you can. So after that we can continue north, and as soon as we come through the door you'll find another dead body on the floor. Make sure you loot this body because this contains the key to the chest that we have just passed. And you'll also notice a curious pod with an unresponsive woman inside it. Now if you engage the panel right behind her, this will trigger a transformation and make her into a mind flayer. Now if you continue north a little bit more, make sure you loot the dead frail. They will have on their body the Eldritch rune, which is crucial as this will unlock Shadowheart's confinement. So once we've cleared this room, we can head back, we can unlock that chest that we missed, and we can approach Shadowheart's pod. And with any luck, you'll add another comrade to your party. So next we want to head down back to the control panel. Now we can use an Arcana check to decipher the options. But if like me, your Arcana isn't high enough, you won't be able to tell. But from left to right, first one is Unleash, which will basically electrify the cultists. Second one is Aggression, which will make them attack you, and the last one is Annihilate, and well, that one's self-explanatory. My opinion though, if you pick the middle one and let them attack you, you can fight them pretty easily for some easy experience. So from here we can head over to the east and we can go onward to the helm. So make sure you use the restoration pod here, and we can also tweak Shadowheart's spell by pressing tab and heading over to the spellbook tab. click on Shadowheart and we want to change her spells to Healing Word, Shield of Faith, Bless and Command. Now from there we can head on to the next chamber and another exciting cutscene will unfold where we can see a Mind Flayer versus Commander Zulk, who is wielding a blazing greatsword. And that is the great weapon that we have all come here for. The cutscene does suggest that we just invade them and head straight to the command console right at the end within a 15 turn window, but we're not going to do that because we want that sword. So first of all, what we're going to be doing is defeating these little imps that are in front of us, and we're going to make our way over to Zork. Now another tip to bear in mind, each of the characters have an option to dip, so if we just click dip and click on the fire right by the entrance, we can cover our weapons in fire, which will give us some bonus fire damage. Now as we get a bit closer to Zork, what you want to do is you want to class Bless using Shadowheart on all the party members for buff, and then what we want to do is on the next turn rotation for Shadowheart, we want to cast Shield of Faith on the Mind Flayer because we want to keep him as alive as long as possible, so all of Commander Zulk's attention is focused on him. And if we are lucky enough to keep him alive, when we're finished we'll get some bonus experience, but we'll go into that a bit later on. From here you just want to surround Commander Zulk and you just want to keep attacking. Pick the attacks and the debuffs that will gain you the advantage in defeating him as quick as possible. Now we have got 15 turns to do this, and a little bit further through the battle some more enemies will turn up, but don't worry about them too much. We should be able to defeat Zork within the time limit. Now once we have defeated Zork, the Mind Flayer will be very low on health and he will then start attacking us. So we want to get there first, attack him, destroy him for some nice easy experience. Now from here you can either choose to try and defeat the other enemies, or you can disengage and head straight for the command console, and that will trigger another cutscene and will basically conclude the prologue. Before you do that, make sure you do loot Commander Zork so you don't miss getting the everburn blade, which is a rare weapon and it's a very powerful weapon, especially to have early game. And there we go everyone, in that short guide you have got the everburn blade and you have also hit level 2 before even finishing the prologue. So that gives you a nice little boost and a nice little head start going forward into Act 1. Now hopefully you've liked this video. If you did, make sure you hit that like button, make sure you subscribe and hit the notification bell. I'm going to have plenty more Baldur's Gate free content for you guys. It's been Kryptonite here. Thank you all for watching and I will see you on the next video.